Hi guys, welcome to another lecture in the series of lectures on Plath. Today we're going to be continuing with the diary entry we had started analyzing. Um, Beyond these notes, I would also just say that on your own when you're reading it, um, because the text is already there in the notes, right? Try to annotate it um, in whatever ways um, ideas are coming across in your head with regards to interpretation. Being able to write them right now in the form of annotation will help you integrate those ideas in the right way in your answers. We'll read this again, and this time we'll focus on the role of punctuation because, um, yes, this piece has been somewhat edited, but at the same time, and I'll try to put a picture of one of the scanned copies of her journals that is there in the published journals. Um, the original copy allegedly still lies in the um, Cambridge library, but I am not sure. And of course, not everybody might be allowed to even access it. But even in this copy, you can see that she's used commas and punctuations. And it is said that when Plath would write a diary, um, she would, um, and that's not a thing that people commonly do, but she being the grammar Nazi that she being the literary genius that she would use punctuations and all of that stuff. Now, if you read this, I may never be happy. It's almost starting mid sentence. Uh, Not mid sentence, but like it's in the middle of a thought that she's starting this piece. I may never be happy because there is already something that she has not said before this, but it's there in the head. I may never be happy, comma, but tonight I'm content, full stop. Now, if you look at the difference between the pauses, I may never be happy is a shorter pause because she's already perhaps aware, but tonight I'm content is a longer pause because that's like a moment of relief. That okay, fine, even if I would never be happy, there will still be nights or days like these when it's not so bad. Nothing more than an empty house, comma. Now here, um, perhaps the comma symbolizes a short moment of reflection because emptiness isn't supposed to bring you contentment, but emptiness is bringing her contentment. The warm, hazy weariness from a day setting strawberry runners in the sun. Now, if you read through this, and I think we already discussed this in the last lecture, that it is the domestic activities that she's engaging in day-to-day life that are perhaps distracting her from what's really lying inside. And what's lying inside, we do read that eventually towards the end of this diary entry. A glass of cool sweet milk, sensory grounding, because there's a comma after this. So a glass of cool sweet milk, because whenever somebody is getting an anxiety attack, a panic attack, anything like that, what are they said to do? They're said to use their senses, right? Touch, feel, see, smell. So she's collecting all of that here on paper. And a shallow dish of blueberries bathed in cream. So some of that indulgence also. Because indulgence at the end of the day is also grounding yourself. Because when you eat when you eat blueberries bathed in cream, with regards to your sense of taste and all of that stuff, you are indulging in the taste of it, you're enjoying the texture of it, all of that stuff. Um, and also trying to focus on the sense of observation, right? A shallow dish. Now I know how people can live without books. For someone who we know has been an avid reader, they're not reading anymore to ground themselves. What they're doing is engaging themselves in domestic activities. Yes, she's writing a diary entry, but imagine the amount of imagine what's going on inside her head that she's not engaging in stuff like that. Why did Plath go to Cambridge? Because she was obsessed with books. But right now, she's not doing any of that. She's going through hell in her head, probably. Without college. Now, for someone who is that, who's going through that troublesome of a time, where their agency or autonomy has already been messed up with on a lot of levels, from electroconvolution therapy to other things. Now, this gap year of sorts, which she didn't really want, probably, because she's somebody who did go on to later on, of course, join Cambridge. But for her, even this disruption of sense of agency, it's probably killing her inside, which is why there's a full stop after this. When one is so tired at the end of the day, one must sleep. Calm. Because she's again taking in that moment to be like, okay, yeah, of course, like, people don't understand that I will never be happy. I will only be content sometimes. I will only be able to feel better sometimes. But tonight, at least I'm tired enough to be able to sleep. Or content enough to be able to sleep. And at the next dawn, there are more strawberry runners to set, karma. So when you're in that state, when people talk about depression, they always talk about that pittish feeling that people wake up in the stomach, where they don't want to wake up. Because they want to resign on life, right? So now, she's about that, okay, but there's still something to look forward to, because right now she's getting on with these domestic chores, trying to keep herself distracted, comma, and so one goes on living, comma. So she doesn't want to live, but she's going on to live. She doesn't want to. Near the earth. Because when one has actually mentally resigned on life, then obviously it's like, but I'm still here only. I don't want to, but I am. At times like this, I'd call myself a fool to ask for more. And this sentence doesn't end. It's ... So the thought still continues, but probably she's exhausted to be able to express more. So she's saying, at times like this, I'd call myself a fool to ask for more. Because she understands at this point of time the whole struggle with sense of agency in this world, where against her will she's been given electric shocks, where against her will a lot of things have happened. So then at least here she has some of her things in place, and so she's fine that way. and she'd call herself a fool to ask for anything anymore. So, in this entire diary entry, if you were to analyze it carefully, um, in 1950 only, she's given up, she's resigned on life, as I said in the last lecture too. But the role of punctuation here is really important in terms of helping us understand that idea and the whole thought process better. Because with commas in certain places, she's taking a she's taking a moment's pause to just let in. And with a full stop, she's taking a deep breath and being like, yeah, at least this is this way, or that is that way. Because there's not much that she can do to change. It's terribly tragic, but it is the reality. That kind of a thing. And then if you were to cross-reference it to anything, then I think The View of a Pig by Ted Hughes. That is exactly what what that poem is about. The view of a pig, where one has come to acceptance that something has died, been slaughtered, been scattered the skin off. But there's nothing much you can do to change. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up as well as subscribe to the channel. This was just a discussion based lecture. There's a task in the description, in the link in the description. Please do that and go through the notes once. Annotate the poem, annotate the diary entry on your own, and also read The View of a Pig, because the task is related to that. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated for whenever a new video drops.